Well, if you thought I was late last time, we are way later with this one today, but there is still more from Expansive Worlds' winter show that I wanted to talk about, mostly things that we just didn't get to touch on in the last video. And I should also mention, most of what you'll see today was recorded for that video, but it was getting really lengthy and I ended up cutting that stuff. And I still think it's important to talk about, especially because there's some really exciting stuff. And the first thing that I want to get to is the clay range. So Bjorn, who was interviewed in that winter show, actually designed the range for the Hunter Classic way back in the day as well. And he kind of talks about that and kind of compares and contrasts the two ranges, even saying himself the Classic one is very limited. So it's encouraging to see where he's going with this.
I went back and I looked at the Classic range. And yeah, it's pretty limited. We didn't have the resources we have now back then.
Right.
So this time I really wanted to top it. So I went and did more research into what type of clay shooting there is. And the new range has several types of clay shooting in the same layout, which I think is very exciting.
And you heard there as well, the new range has multiple different modes, which I think is really cool. We do have in the Hunter Classic single and double trap. And I'm guessing then, because he specifically talked about the Classic range, there's going to be more than that here in the Hunter Call of the Wild. I'm curious about skeet ranges too. I believe the difference is trap shooting is always going away from you. Skeet shooting, you'll have like away and towards you. I'm hoping that's in there. But we actually got to see a clip of Jaxy at the range. And we see the single trap mode, and we also get a good look at the speed of the clays, kind of what you'll be dealing with there, the size of the little clay range itself, the positions, all that good stuff. I didn't see an additional thrower where you'd be able to do skeet shooting with a clay coming at you as well. So I'm not sure there, but still, pretty cool. And they talked about competitions. I think that's something that could actually get really, really popular.
You can either just go there yourself and practice before going out and hunting birds, or you can bring your friends, and then it becomes really interesting because we have a shared scoreboard where you can compete in the different types of clay shooting.
And as we discussed in the last video, there will be a 10 gauge over and under shotgun released along with this as well.
With this release, we're also releasing a shotgun, and this is a 10 gauge over and under shotgun.
Let's go.
Now this will be the third 10 gauge added to the game, but we already have over under variants of the 12 and 20 gauges, which honestly, I quite like the challenge for hunting purposes of limiting myself to just the 2 rounds. But an over and under shotgun is really perfect for many types of clay shooting, so it really suits well for both in my opinion. Especially, on a map that is primarily focused on bird hunting, again as we discussed in that last video. Now on to what I think is maybe going to be the underrated hero of this update because of what potential they bring. And that's going to be the Hunt Club challenges. So we of course have the Hunt Club beta in the game currently, and it's something that frankly I don't mess with ever. I mean, maybe if I do a challenge by accident, but that's it. Now, they're adding a couple of different types of challenges. There's going to be daily challenges, which you'll have the option to choose from a range of different ones to do. There's also going to be weekly challenges with a similar format, which it sounds like they're going to be more difficult as you'll have a week to actually complete them.
Okay. And this is something that in the future, for 2025, one of our goals is to design for rewards and try to expand on the rewards that we will be bringing to the players.
They're looking at rewards for both new and experienced players, and this is where I think this could be the hero of this update. I am really hoping for cosmetics or something along those lines that can be earned by doing, a bunch of challenges in a row, I don't know, completing every daily challenge for a month, maybe just completing a certain amount of challenges. Once you've done 100 dailies or 20 weeklies, whatever, you could earn some sort of different cosmetic. Just give me a reason to go and hunt something that I don't typically hunt. If the reward is good enough, like if there's a skin that I think looks really cool, or heck, I've talked about this before. We have customization for our binoculars, we have customization for our weapons. Why not have customization for the clothing that our characters wear? If I could have this, camo that matches Leighton Lakes, that would be really cool. And if they added that as something that I could do through the daily challenges, I don't care what I gotta go and hunt. Might be something that I'm not that interested in. I'm suddenly interested because I want to earn that thing.
We have 2 types of challenges now. So you will be having your harvest challenges, which you can just go and harvest the specific objective that you have for the challenge. But we have a new type of challenge which is photo challenges.
And again, give me that reason to go and explore to do the photo challenges. If that reward is good enough, I think this is going to be insanely popular. And also, there's going to be community challenges coming in 2025 as well.
And the other thing that we will be bringing on 2025 is going to be community challenges.
Oh, that gets me excited. I'm just going to tell you, I think if there's a lot of long-term players right now, you'll all remember the excitement of going out there and getting as many whitetails as we could to obtain the Stradivarius skin. By far, still one of the best looking skins. One of my favorites, and it's on the 270.
And I'm just saying, we need a challenge streak or like an amount of challenges completed, whatever that parameter would be, that rewards some kind of diamond medal that really stands out. Imagine the gun medal on this, matching the diamond logo. I think a lot of people would really like to rock that kind of thing. And I think it should be something that's difficult to earn. I think, like, you want that reason to go and play the game and go and do something you don't typically do. I think that would be a really big factor, and that's why I actually think Hunt Club challenges could be a big deal. But then we get the sneak peek at 2025. Please tell me that's Greenland. We already had one feature implemented that I've talked about, which of course is the dogs. But I have been wanting Greenland for, I don't know, 2 or 3 years running now, an Arctic map essentially. And it looks like it could be. There's also, I will say, the second map confirmed for winter 2025, which I think is a really big deal. Going back to the 2-map system, I think that's when Call of the Wild is at its best. In my opinion, it allows the game to remain popular and interesting for, the entire year. And I can't wait to see what that snow map means, because it already looks amazing. And to me, it gives White Rime Ridge vibes from the Hunter Classic. I know we're just looking up at pines and into the falling snow, but it looks like it could be an Arctic map, which, environmentally, pretty similar to Greenland. And I might be getting my hopes up here. I'll freely admit that. But frankly, I love snow maps. And I think no matter where it's at, I don't think disappointment's on the table. I'm super excited, regardless of what that might mean. So 2 new maps coming in 2025, a bunch of stuff coming in just a couple of weeks here on December 3rd, the GSPs, the weapon pack, the Salzwiesen Park, which I'm probably saying incorrectly, clay shooting, all that kind of stuff. I really think this is going to be a huge deal for the game, and I cannot wait to see what some of these things are going to bring. And man, I don't know, between the dog, between the 375, new great ones, there's going to be a ton of stuff to do. Winter and beyond, coming up here very shortly. So, I know, as I said, I'm late. Unfortunately, I was traveling, hunting out of state, just got home last night, and I wanted to cover this because there's so much stuff. And I'm really, really excited. So let me know what you guys think. That does, though, pretty much cover everything I wanted to get to, and just touching on those things that we didn't mention in the last video. Primarily, the new map coming in 2025, or the first of 2, I should say, because they did already confirm 2 new maps for next year. And I really, as I said, I think going back to the 2-map kind of release schedule is ideal. So we'll see if that's continuing forward, but I really want to know, what do you guys think? Not only will the new map be for the summer, what do you think the winter map's going to be as well? And I'm just really hoping, when I say winter map, the winter release, because we already know the summer map is going to be some kind of snowy map. And that didn't look like a map that has snowy weather. That looked like an Arctic map, kind of like Medved Taiga, similar to White Rime Ridge in the Hunter Classic as well. And I'm just really crossing my fingers for Greenland, because I think it can bring some awesome species, namely muskox. And we saw wild yak, they managed those on Suderpaton. Similar look with like the shaggy fur and stuff. I'm just really, really excited, thus the second video on the winter show, and kind of fitting, new map coming next winter show, an Arctic kind of wintry map. Really, really hyped about all that. So, as I said numerous times this video, let me know in the comments below what you think about all that. What do you think the new maps are going to be? And I think on that note, that is going to do it for this video. So, as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.